How's it going, everyone? Cheers for tuning into the video. Just a quick apology about the length of the video, but pretty much I go in depth of how I got my sponsors and what my deal with the sponsors is. So hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think at the end. Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I don't normally do YouTube stuff, but I've been wanting to do it for quite a while, and I thought I might as well use my time wisely whilst we're all in lockdown. So here it is, first video of me actually talking. Other than my wee Instagram compilation thing, yeah, this is my first video. And for anyone that doesn't know who I am, my name is Mark the Cat, obviously it's the name of the channel. And I'm 18 years old and I live in Glasgow, Scotland, and I ride bikes. So that's pretty much my thing. It is riding bikes, BMX, mountain bikes, you name it, I'll probably do it, or I'll at least give it a go and see how that goes. I have a good number of companies support me in that, and that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about today, is brands that support me and sponsor me. So yeah, I quite commonly get asked like, who are your sponsors? I need to stop fidgeting. Right, so I quite often get asked who you sponsored by, what's your deal with the sponsors, and one of the most common ones is, are you sponsored by Red Bull? So quite often people might see me tagging Red Bull UK in my Instagram stories and on Instagram, and I get lots of DMs saying, are you sponsored by Red Bull, or that sort of, that gist, that's, you know what I mean. And short answer, kinda. I am a regionally supported athlete by Red Bull UK, so I'm not sponsored by them, I'm supported by them. So supported means I've got access to things like the healthcare, or if there's a Red Bull event on, I've got access to go and ride in it or go and see it if it's not a riding discipline, or if there's a competition I want to go to or get into, they can help me do that. Yeah, I've pretty much got access to what most Red Bull riders have got, minus the fancy helmets and the paycheck. So how all that came about was at the 2018 Red Bull Pump Track World Championship UK qualifier. If you win the country's qualifier, it's an all expenses paid trip to the world final, and I ended up winning the UK qualifier. There's quite a funny story to that actually, so I might as well put that in pretty quickly. Long story short, to race that race you had to be 18, and at the time I was 16, but on the Friday before the race was on the Saturday, on the Friday before the race I went up to the track to get some practice in, just hoping that I'd be able to be allowed into the race, and Phil from Velo Solutions UK was there, and seen that I could ride and started making some phone calls. So on the Saturday I woke up to a text from Phil saying, unfortunately you can't race, the rules are the rules, and unfortunately, yeah, you're not allowed to race. So after getting a text saying no I can't race, Phil phoned me while I was eating my breakfast and he was like, Mark, you can race. So me and my dad jumped in the van, went up and raced, and I ended up winning the race, which is quite a good story in itself. So then Red Bull are the ones that cover the cost for your flights and hotel and stuff like that, and obviously you need to be in touch with Red Bull. So yeah, it all started there. Red Bull covered my cost for getting to America and says, like, if you need any help with anything like Red Bull cans or stuff like that, we've got your back. And yeah, it's just developed ever since. There's been one guy at Red Bull that has really helped me out over the past year or so, and you know who you are. I am forever grateful for what you're doing for me, because it pushes me every day to be the best version of myself that I can be. Yeah, having a company like Red Bull behind you at such a young age is like a big push on the back to be like, you can do this. So yeah, it's amazing to have that sort of support. So I'm forever grateful for that. Thank you very much, Red Bull UK. Next up is Future Proof. So a lot of people might not have heard of Future Proof. Future Proof is an online shop for mostly snow sports, and yeah, the person that's been helping me at Red Bull put me in touch with the marketing guy at Future Proof, and Future Proof also do some mountain biking gear through Montreal. So Montreal is, a lot of their stuff is merino wool, which keeps you cool, and it's like not like doesn't odour, stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff. So I've been hooked up with Montreal through Future Proof for some mountain biking gear, and also Douche Bags, which is a very high quality backpack brand that also do bike bags. So they do mountain bike bags, which I'll come on to later, because up until like 6 months ago I've never needed a mountain bike bag because I would always just ride BMX, and I would never need a BMX bike bag obviously. So yeah, I'll come on to that. Yeah, they've had my back since I joined them at the start of this year. They just, if I need anything, I just give them a call, and yeah, they sort that out. So massive thanks to them. There's going to be a lot of thank yous in this video, by the way. Like, nobody will ever know how grateful I am for all the support that I get, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do without them. Like, there's no way I would be able to do what I'm doing right now without the help of the sponsors. Like, I don't know what I'd be doing. I actually have got no idea what I would be doing if I wasn't riding bikes. Anyways, yeah. Next up is Velo Solutions. So, Velo Solutions, pretty similar story to the Red Bull one of how it came about. From the UK qualifier, I went to the World Championship in Arkansas, and I was the only one there on a 20-inch freestyle BMX. Everyone else was on 20-inch race BMXs and 26-inch hardtails. But long story short, I had a shot of all the other bikes that weren't my bike, so every other bike was different. I came 7th in the World Championship at 16, which was quite a big deal for me. And the guy that owns Velo Solutions, that build all the pump tracks, Claudio Calori, liked what I'm about, liked my style, liked that I can ride all sorts of bikes, and just in general was into what I was doing, pretty much, and I like his vibes. So yeah, like, we both just worked really well, and it's actually a pretty similar deal to Red Bull as well. If I need anything, they'll help me out. Yeah, like, if I want to go to an event, I've just to message him and he'll see what he can do for me. All of these companies, like, they can say no, and I'm fine with that, but they all want to help me get to where I want to be. So yeah, Velo Solutions, much the same as Red Bull. If I want to do something, or if I need any help, I can at least approach them, and I know they're there for me. So yeah, thank you very much, Claudio. Claudio also gave me my first ever 26-inch hardtail mountain bike, the red one that you might have seen on my Instagram. So once again, life-changing stuff, because having that is then leaded on to my next sponsor. Velo Solutions have also helped me get into things like Crankworx races. So in May last year, I got to race in Crankworx pump track in Innsbruck in Austria, and yeah, it was surreal riding amongst all the people that you see on the TV and Red Bull TV and stuff, and I managed to make it through to the round of 16. So once again, life-changing stuff. Like, it was just another big motivator. Like, my first time ever riding a dirt pump track, first time ever racing that bike. Like, I got that bike the day of the race, so it was my first time actually riding that bike, was in the practice and then in the races. So yeah, pretty big stuff for me. And I also got to ride in Crankworx Whip Off, which was unbelievable. I can't wait to do more stuff like that. It was just amazing. The buzz that you get from jumping jumps that big was unlike anything I've ever felt. I was also doing it on a borrowed bike as well. I'd been riding my friend George's downhill bike at home for a couple of months, and I took it to Innsbruck without him knowing. Phoned him just before Crankworx, and I was like, I'm going to use your bike for Crankworx Whip Off, is that okay? I didn't really have much choice, so I was already at the top of the hill, so I was like, yeah, I'm using it. This like proper old mongoose downhill thing. So my whips weren't that good, but it was my first time ever it was my first time ever jumping that bike, actually. Was in the middle of Crankworx Whip Off, because we didn't get any practice as well. It was just everyone lined the sides and I just had to go for it. It was an amazing experience, that. So thank you very much, Velo Solutions. It's all just amazing memories so far, and hopefully many more. Next up is Radon Bikes. So I say Radon Bikes, but I think it's just my accent, the way I pronounce stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, Radon Bikes. It sort of came about, well, the whole reason for me well, just a quick backstory into why I would like to say like why I needed a mountain bike sponsor, but I sort of did need it. I didn't, obviously I really wanted it as well, but to get to where I want to be, I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. So pretty much, quick backstory is I bought a second-hand mountain bike, full sus mountain bike off of my friend Marcus Cole, and me and my dad chipped in half for it. It was about, I think it was just over £1,000, and I saved up for quite a while to get it. And yeah, we bought that off Marcus. I rode it for about 6 months, and then I was meant to be going to Crankworks in Whistler. It's a dream of mine to go there. Like, I'm going there. Like, no matter what, I'll make it happen. Sold my bike to go to Whistler, and I ended up not going. I just couldn't afford it, so I felt that I'd sold my bike for nothing, and I was now without a mountain bike, and I was missing it pretty much, and I wanted to get back into it, but there was no way I was able to buy a bike because once again I just couldn't afford it. And I spoke to my friend Tommy Wilkinson at Descent World. They also run a mountain bike team which was also sponsored by Radon. So I messaged Tommy, really good friends with him. He's had my back since I met him as well. Always supporting me and giving me advice on anything that I need. And yeah, he says message Radon, and I did just that. I made up a little portfolio of what I can do, my results, pictures of me, my bike, or not me and my bike, so I didn't have any. The events that I've done, stuff like that. Just a general riding CV, as you will. And yeah, they got back to me about 2 weeks later after sending that off, pretty much saying, we've actually got no budget at the moment for riders, but we're happy to help you out with 2 bikes. And I was more than happy with that. So a lot of mountain bike teams will get all their riders sorted in the year before. So I think I messaged them in February this year, 2020, and most mountain bike teams would already have a team sorted by early winter of the year before, so early winter 2019. So I was like, yeah, that's cool with me. I'm more than happy with that. Any help is a big help. So yeah, they've hooked me up with 2 bikes for this year. I decided to go for a 29-inch enduro bike. It's called a Radon Swoop. It's 170mm travel 29er and a 26-inch hardtail for the pump tracks. The 26-inch hardtail has been delayed because of coronavirus, so hopefully that shows up soon. It's meant to be here in the next couple of weeks. And as soon as that comes, I'll get that built up. Keep your eyes out for that. And hopefully there's big things to come with Radon. I do have a few video projects and stuff lined up. I was meant to be filming one just before we went into lockdown, so obviously that can't happen. Just safety and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't think that needs an explanation. So once lockdown's lifted, me and Tommy will get filming that. It's got quite a few bangers in it. I've got quite a few good ideas, and I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'm forever grateful to Radon for getting me back on my feet with mountain biking and giving me my feet, if you will, into the mountain biking world. It's a massive help. Like, I don't want to label myself as a mountain biker or as a BMXer. I ride bikes, that's what I say. I just say I ride bikes. And yeah, they're helping me do that, so thank you very much, Radon. It's all my sponsors, very much appreciated. Next up, Ball Bags Underwear. Ball Bags was actually my first ever sponsor. I think I got sponsored by them when I was 14 or something, when I was just purely riding BMX at the time. They liked what I was about, liked that I was local to them. They're just in Livingston in Scotland, and I liked what they were about. They've just been helpful no matter what. If I need anything, if I'm going to events, or if I'm filming anything, or just if I ever needed anything, it was always just an email away or a text away, a phone call, whatever. I could just give them my phone, ask for some new gear, and they would be right on it, get it sent out straight away. And it has been, once again, a massive motivator, just constantly trying to do well for myself and for the companies that support me. And I don't think I really need to say much more than they, again, took a leap of faith when I was just a little guy progressing through the sport. Just BMX at the time. like no intentions of riding mountain bikes, and since day one it's always just been, if you need anything, let us know. And I think that just shows what they're about as a brand, just want to help and do well for everyone and everyone that they support. You see it in all their athletes as well. Last but not least is my mum and dad. I wouldn't be able to do anything without them. Like just things like when I was younger, driving up and down the country, or if I was ever stuck for money and I needed new parts just to keep me riding, they would always have my back and constantly pushing me every day to be the best that I can be on my bike and off my bike. So yeah, much love to my mum and dad and my brother, but he's moved out, so I don't really see him much. I think that's pretty much it. Just a huge thank you. I don't think anyone will ever understand how much I really appreciate what my sponsors do for me. Yeah, like I can't even put into words how grateful I am. It's all truly life changing, and I want to do the best that I can for myself and for my sponsors and anyone else that supports me has ever helped me along the way. Just very humble for everything. There's not much more to say about that. It's just thank you for the rest of my life. So I think that's pretty much it for the end of the video. I'm going to try and do this a bit more regular. If anyone's got any questions or video ideas or just general stuff, just drop it in the comments. I'll read them all, and any support is massively appreciated. I'm just trying to do the best for myself. I know a lot of people get quite a lot of hate for like doing YouTube stuff, but I don't really care about that. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself that I can be and do well for myself and for the people that support me. So yeah, I think that's it for the end of this video. If you've liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and any other support is, like I said, massively appreciated. So yeah, drop a comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.